Pace, 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 pace. Slow, 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 slow. What's happening, y'all? Glad y'all woke up. Glad y'all woke up. Appreciate you, Half. Glad y'all just woke up. Oh, you know, everybody don't come around for God. But we do. I told y'all every Sunday on the Big Dice Chronicles, we was going to give God a little bit of time. And even though this is the back blocks, as y'all see, and anything happen on the back blocks, you might see a reverend, or you might see a prophet, or you might see somebody dropping a jewel on the back block too. Y'all with me? FTC, I see you in the building. Half, I see you in the building. Bulls, you already know you here. You got to understand that. You can be in the worst place ever and still bump into somebody that's a man of God or a woman of God or a prophet. Or a prophet. Or a prophet. Today we're going to talk about delayed gratification. This might fuck y'all up. Excuse my language. Today we're going to talk about delayed gratification. And the reason why we're going to talk about delayed gratification, because we're going to carry it on from what we was talking about with Jesus and his disciples. We was talking about Judas last week. Y'all with me? We was talking about Judas last week, but there was another disciple that walked with Jesus that Jesus chose that betrayed him too. Do anybody know who that is? You see what Ron Book said? There's some good people on bad blocks too. On back blocks too. That's a fact. Because the good people be walking through the back blocks trying to reach the people that's going through something. Y'all ain't never seen them reverends in the hood pull up in the hood? Shout out to Reverend Willie Moore from Utica Avenue. Pastor Reverend Willie Moore, 188 Holy Temple of Prayer, and his wife, Miss Virginia Moore. Y'all ain't never had them reverends that pulled up in the hood and said, "We're shaking, y'all. What's going on, young bloods?" Y'all ain't never had that? I did. I had Pastor Moore. I had Reverend Joe. You dig what I'm saying? I did. On them back blocks when we going through things, man. Yo, y'all know what I'm talking about. To my street niggas, them back blocks, we need motherfucking prayers too. On them back blocks, we need, like if the police chasing us and we spin off in a motherfucking block, we need them prayers and them old timers to open them doors and say, "Come on in here, baby." I had blocks. I had my neighborhood was like that. I remember one time the police blitzed the block on me. They blitzed the corner. I'm in the middle of the block, walking towards the middle of the block. I see the TNT van coming up behind me. I just spin off. Walk right into Miss Cooper's house. Miss Cooper said, "Come on in this house, boy." And I was going to jail. I ain't having no work on me, but I had my gun on me. The TNT, yo, let me tell you something. Yo, Bugs, the TNT van is 3 cars behind me on Park Place. I'm on Park between Schenectady and Utica, closer towards Utica on the right-hand side. They jumped out and blitzed the block. I see the other TNT van coming, Ron. I see the shit. I just happened to look back. I hear my man Mom's, David Cooper, Baguettes, the one I be telling y'all about, Miss Cooper. Bless her heart. She's like, come in here, Dice. But like I said, there was another disciple out of the 12 disciples that betrayed Jesus also. Does anybody in here out of the 5 people? It's only 5 in here. God said, when 3 or more appear, I am there. So we good. When 3 or more appear, remember that? The triangle? 3 or more appear, I am there. So we good, y'all. You dig what I'm saying? 6 in the building. Hit that like button. Uh-oh, we got 2 Chronicles in the building. We got 2 Chronicles in the building, Raw. Let me get my man right. He right. Just got him right. You dig what I'm saying? 2, I told you I was going to do it, man, on Sunday. Even though the Big Dice Chronicle is not, I'm still going to give God this work. We got to give God this time, y'all. We got to give God this time. Last night, Tube, it was about 12:30. I remember you were asleep because you said you wasn't going live. Yo, Tube, let me tell you what they did to me last night. I go live on YouTube. Next thing you know, I'm on the damn screen on YouTube. Yo, Tube, put your other handle up there, too, if I can load you up with that one, too. Last night, y'all, remember, Ron Bull, shout out to Ron Bull, shout out to City Bama. They was in there. I couldn't even see the fucking chats. The shit was saying some shit about chats retracted and some dumb shit. That shit had me going crazy, too. I said, I'm about to call, too. Then I looked at the time. I remember what my man just told me. I was like, are you pulling up for the live? He said, man, I'm not fucking with you. I'm going to bed, nigga. See me in the morning. Then I was outside with Zeus. Then I came in and watched the Javante fight. Javante beat blood out that nigga. He hit that nigga in his left side. He hit that nigga. Good God. He hit him in his right and his, oh, good God. Hit him in his right side. That nigga blood came out of his right nose. Good God. Okay, get him in. I got to get him right. I already got 2 right. I already got you right, bro. I'm bugging the fuck out. Yeah. But did anybody know the other disciple that betrayed Jesus? Come on, y'all. We going to Sunday school. It's 10:30. I know what time Sunday school start. We got to get out of here before the pastor get ready. You know, when the pastor come, all attention is on the pastor. I'm the young deacon that's helping the young sheep, which is us. Did anybody else know who the other disciple that betrayed Jesus was? Well, I got one for y'all, man. There was another disciple that, it wasn't just Judas. It wasn't just Judas that betrayed Jesus Christ. Remember, they said Jesus Christ was a carpenter. He was a fisherman. He worked in the field because he didn't have no steady employment. He was a nomad. Wherever he seen work, he got work. But see, when he was a fisherman, this is when he met the man by the name of Peter. See, Peter was a fisherman. And Jesus met Peter, and then him and Peter, they built a rapport with each other. Jesus saw a lot in Peter. He saw a leader. He saw a courageous man. He saw an intelligent man. He saw an outspoken man. He's seen a courageous man. All of these things were attributes that Peter possessed. All of these things were attributes that Peter possessed. But Peter also possessed something that a lot of us possess, y'all. We got all them characteristics. We're strong, we're courageous, we're leaders, we're spontaneous, we're adventurous. But Peter, he had another characteristic that all of us possess. Well, not all of us, only a few of us. Shout out to Ron Boogs. I want the Ron Boogs story, y'all. We got another fucking legend right here in the fucking chat. Excuse me for cursing, y'all. It's Sunday. My fault. I just got real hype about that. My fault. My fault. My fault, y'all. Forgive me for that. Forgive me for cursing. It is Sunday. I just get real hype because, y'all, shout out to Ron Boogs, man. I be watching Ron Boogs on his Instagram. I be noticing the stuff Ron Boogs be putting up shit. Doo-wop. Rest in peace to LA. Rest in peace to Fritz. Ron Boogs is a celebrity, y'all. He just keep it real quiet. If you following Ron Boogs and you check the pictures he throwing out, this ain't, first of all, number one, Harlem niggas kept a fly ass motherfucking what? If y'all know about Harlem niggas, what Harlem niggas kept? A fly ass blowout. A fly ass motherfucking blowout with the fly ass sharp, razor sharp line. If you know about Harlem, you know, they wore prestigious jewelry. See, Brooklyn was known for the Gaudi and the big, the 4-finger rings and the big ass motherfucking cables and all that. See, Harlem, them niggas was with some smooth, elegant, exquisite shit. Cuban links and big boulder diamonds and bracelets and all that shit, man. Shout out to Pee Wee Kirkland, man. If you know, you know, man. Shout out to the legend, Mr. Pee Wee Kirkland, man. I had the honor of meeting that man at Harlem one day, man. Shout out to the motherfucking legend, Pee Wee Kirkland, man. If you know, you know. The diamonds this man had on his hand, man. Whew. I'm talking about if you know jewelry, man. Harlem, them niggas stayed fly, man. See, Brooklyn, we was fly, but we was aggressive. There was some of us in Brooklyn that had that etiquette because of the relationships. Pay attention, because of the relationships we built with people like dudes from Harlem, dudes from DC, dudes from Virginia, dudes from Philly, dudes from Newburgh, dudes from Syracuse, dudes from Connecticut, dudes from Newburgh. I might be talking too much. Pardon me, y'all. Rest in peace, Freddie Myers, too. Facts. If you know, you know. Facts. If you know, you know, man. See, I was a youngin', man. But I know what it is to go up to 132nd in Amsterdam. I know what it is to be walking down Amsterdam and the boppies is pulling up in the cars. Yo, I got it. Ron, I'm lying. See, a lot of y'all won't believe these type of things because you weren't a part of this shit. I know what it is to be in Harlem, to be in the Bronx, niggas riding around with 2 and 3 keys in the fucking car, don't know you from nowhere. You could be police, stick-up kid. Niggas don't give a fuck about none of that. Niggas pulling up talking about what you need. I got that on me right now. I'm from that era. I'm from the era where if they didn't know you, you had to give them your money first and wait for them to come back with the work. I know how many niggas I know got beat like that? You know how many niggas I got beat? No, how many niggas? You know how many niggas got beat for big apes? Big apes, nigga. For 6 deuces. I might be talking too much, man. I seen niggas give niggas 1,100. We sitting there waiting. Niggas don't come back. Think about it. If you don't know a nigga from Adam and Eve and he walk up and give you $1,100 and he let you walk off, would you come back? You could have been, I swear to God, you had to be there for this shit, man. If you was in Harlem and I'm telling y'all something, man. Motherfuckers didn't even know you. They was just pulling up with cocaine, man. I swear to God, man. Motherfuckers was just pulling up with cocaine. Man. This is what I'm talking about. The Acura Legend era, y'all, with the BBSs. The 325 2-door BMWs. You dig what I'm saying? The Sterling S25s. The Sterling S20. Hold on, let me stop. Yo, City Bam, I see you in the building. Forgive me. I'm getting off track. See, some niggas be talking that shit, but they wasn't there, man. Rest in peace to my pops, Ronald Young. Him, Johnny Greenlee, Mr. Murph, Them niggas ran one of the most notorious game rooms on Utica Avenue. If you know, it was called the Fort Apache. And right next to it was my motherfucking uncle, right-hand man, God bless the dead. His name was Marty, and he had a shop called Marty's Candy Shop. With the sister named Sabrina, God bless the dead, with the nephew named Boo. If you know, you know. Yeah, Ron, my fault. Yeah, man, because Ron, I just be thinking about stuff, and I miss all the real ones, man. I'm telling you, I'm not used to, y'all be trying to tell y'all something, man. I'm really used to being around a conglomerate. Everybody is real. I know this shit may sound mysterious. This shit may sound fictional. I'm talking about 10, 15 niggas, everybody real, everybody getting a bag. When we had Utica Avenue, y'all, it was no time at all you couldn't get some fucking work. 24 hours. If you wasn't getting it from me, you was getting it from my man Howard Miller, God bless the dead, by the name of Cat. If you wasn't getting it from him, you was getting it from Stan and Shan, the Green brothers. If you wasn't getting it from them, you was getting them from Fat Boy Brent. If you wasn't getting it from Fat Boy Brent, you was getting it from Ski. You dig what I'm saying? If you wasn't getting it from Ski, come on, man. You had to be getting it from Black Danny, Malcolm Moore. If you wasn't getting it from Malcolm Moore, there was a chosen few such as myself. And I had him up on the stage, the nigga that was feeding me, my OG Dello. I was getting coke when niggas ain't know what coke was. I remember my OG was giving me coke not to rob niggas. I remember my OG used to give me coke to sell, just not to rob niggas. That's on my mother's life. That nigga Dello used to be like, yo, son, leave niggas the fuck alone. I used to be like, these niggas ain't from Utica Avenue. These niggas ain't putting no motherfucking work. And these niggas from Utica Avenue that didn't put in no work ain't pumping. That's just a fact. You're not going to come capitalize off something, blood, sweat, and tears that we built. That's just a fact. God forgive me for who we are, man. That's just a fact. I ain't never seen no shit. Blood, sweat, and tears, man. It's just like in Harlem. When you got cats on 139th, 144th, 5th Avenue, 6th Avenue, 117th, 3rd Avenue, Lenox Avenue. You can't just come up on Lenox Avenue talking about you hustling, nigga. You can't come on Utica Avenue talking about you. You can't come on Franklin Avenue. You can't come on Nostrand Avenue. You can't go certain places, man, talking about you hustle. Unless you had a motherfucking resume or you had a motherfucking team, nigga. And your team had to be solid. Let's get off that. Let's get back to Jesus. Excuse me, y'all. I caught a flashback. I just noticed we got 7 in the building, the guard hour. Let's get back to Jesus. Forgive me. Peter betrayed Jesus also. Everybody pointed the finger at Judas because he sold Judas out. Judas sold Jesus out for, I think it was 2 or 3 shillings. But let me tell you about Peter. Let's talk about Peter. Before we tell you how he betrayed Jesus, we got to even tell you how they even built the relationship. Like I told you, Jesus was walking around looking for a job, looking for work, and he got picked up as a fisherman. Peter was a little envious of Jesus. Because since Jesus didn't know anything about fishing, more time had to be put into Jesus to teach him. You see what City Bama said? Your name had to be good money anywhere you want. Anywhere you want, anywhere. Anywhere you went, your name had to be solid. That's like Jesus. Jesus' name good wherever he went. And he was around them gangsters. Because I'm going to tell you who Peter was. Peter, like I said, was a courageous leader. He was very vocal. He was very cocky. He had an ego on him. And he mastered his trade. He was one of the best fishermen ever. Ever. But then when Jesus decided that he wanted to be a fisherman and then put his mind into becoming a fisherman, you know, he became good. But it was times when Peter used to get loud and obnoxious. You know, be like it was times Peter used to verbally challenge Jesus because he was envy of the attraction that Jesus had. Pay attention. Peter was upset that all the motherfucking attention he got at the shores was starting to go to Jesus because, see, Jesus just wasn't talking about fish. You remember, wherever Jesus went, he spoke the word of his Father, our Lord Savior, God. He told everybody, yo, my pop's got a place for y'all, man. You notice Jesus was always in the back blocks of Jerusalem, where the worst of the worst went down. Prostitution, murder, robbery. But Jesus was right there amongst that. But Peter, like Peter been through so much shit in life, you know what I'm saying? His woman left him. Just seemed like he couldn't get right in life. Busting his ass every day. It's like he got no reward from God. Remember, we're talking about delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. See, Peter didn't even know when God placed Jesus in Peter's life, that was the beginning of the best thing that ever could have happened for Peter. It's like one of your homeboys to get you that good job and you tired of being in the street. It's like that woman that just sees the best in you and is strong enough to overlook the ignorance that you may display as a man sometimes because you're just afraid. You're just afraid to be hurt by something that you care about. You're afraid to show your vulnerability. Ain't that what we do, y'all? We're afraid to show our vulnerability because we feel as though if we show vulnerability to our women, it's going to confuse them on what level of respect should they give us. But see, if you chose a woman that chose God, she's not going to laugh at you when you're at your worst times. She's not going to laugh at you when you cry. What she's going to do is get on the floor side by side with you and cry with you. She's going to absorb all that pain or the majority of that pain because she's going to pray up to her God to ease you. She's going to pray, God, get him right. And see, Peter was upset because he didn't have that. All Peter knew is he had to display this characteristic of tough, uncompassionate. Peter just had to be a mongrel. Everywhere he go, he had to be a tyrant. Why? Because he was afraid. Because when he showed his vulnerable side once before, he was betrayed. See, people just don't get up and start betraying people, y'all. People don't get up and just start hurting people. It's just like children don't just grow up and start molesting other children unless all these things was done to them. Am I walking? Y'all walking with me? Are y'all walking with me? A person don't just wake up and say, I'm going to break this person's heart. Let me give it to you in a simpler form. See, sometimes when people make mistakes and break people's hearts, it's because of their heart being broken before. Because of our insecurities that we are going through. I don't know who I'm talking to, but God told me to talk to somebody today, and I got a message for y'all. God told me to get up. This is exactly what he said to me, y'all. And I'm going to give you another example of delayed gratification. God said, I want you to show me how much you want your backup channel to work. I'm frustrated with God. Ask Tube, I'm doing everything right. Why the fuck isn't my channel coming up right? Because I already know the devil is against me. Why the fuck I can't get my shit up? It's only 24 hours. Delayed gratification. God has let me premiere to y'all certain videos I'm making. God has let me upload to y'all like he did last night to come pull up at 12:30 for my show. At 12:30, we got Ron Books, City Bama in the building, and a couple other people, but I couldn't see. City Bama was corresponding with me through the DM, letting me know. But see, check this out. The devil's still fucking with me. Delayed gratification. Check this out, y'all. The devil's still fucking with me. So what I do, I panic. I'm not computer savvy, y'all. I'm becoming computer savvy. Shout out to my man, too. I panic. It's like 1:45, 12:50. Tube sleep. His wife is not playing. He's not getting up for shit. And I start praying to God. I start praying to God. See, God was testing me with delayed gratification. I'm going to give you this in the simplest form. Check this out, and then we're going to get into it. God was testing me. He said he wanted to see if I was just going to shit on him because it wasn't working, because I was very frustrated. My StreamYard, I paid it. I got the receipts. I'm looking at my motherfucking statement. It's taking the money out, so why can't I broadcast? When I'm broadcasting, I'm on YouTube. I can't even put my background up. But now I kept working with God. I calmed down and asked God to show me what I was doing wrong. Something that was right in front of my face. I didn't have to go into it. I never went into the Ghost of Utica Avenue email, and when I pressed the button, a big check came in the middle of the motherfucking screen and said, now you are ready to broadcast. And this symbol right here, check this out, y'all. Oh, well, it didn't come up. That symbol, my Biggie Small symbol, appeared and I went live. See, because God gave me delayed gratification. See, God said, I'm going to see if you keep the faith and praying in me and believe in yourself, because you are God. That's what God said to me. This is facts on my son's life. The delayed gratification. That's why God, this morning, when he woke me up, he said, yo, check this out, pussy. See, I don't know the relationship y'all have with God, and y'all don't judge me for the way me and God talk to each other, but the God that I know and love woke me up this morning. You heard what I said? Woke me up and said, yo, check this out, pussy. Get on the tube and talk about me for a minute, pussy. That's how God talked to me. That's how God talked to me, y'all. I don't know how y'all talk to God. Some of y'all don't even hear God. For those of you that do hear God, that's how God talked to me. Because I ain't with all that sucker shit. Talk to me like a fucking man. Like my man Tube. Tube be saying some shit to me sometimes, y'all. I be looking at him going, shut the fuck up. I be going, you're a hater. That nigga, yeah, all right. He said, but you still gonna figure that shit out by yourself, motherfucker. Yo, I be looking at this nigga going, yo, son, what to do? That nigga be like this. He put his shades on, y'all. This nigga do some wild shit. That nigga will put on a pair of shades and roll up and look at me and go, I'm not gonna keep talking to you about the same thing, man. I be wanting to murder this nigga, y'all. I be wanting to kill this nigga, y'all. Another sign of delayed gratification. Another sign of delayed gratification, because if he keeps showing me how to, if he keep feeding me, I ain't gonna never learn. If he keep giving me fish, I ain't gonna never know how to get out there and hook that shit, bait that fish, go out there and pull no fish in, and then possibly feed him one day. So then when I finally found out what I was doing wrong, the delayed gratification from God, see, it's just God working. It's just like God worked with Peter and Jesus. See, Peter was at a part in his life where he was just like, yo, fuck everything. It's about me. Peter wasn't caring about no God. Let me get something to drink. Peter wasn't caring about no God. Excuse me. Like I said, Peter wasn't caring about God. But God put Jesus in his life for Peter to start caring about God. So Peter started really fucking with Jesus. Remember, they left the fisherman shit. And they started walking around preaching the word of God, living off the land. Remember that Peter just broke out from his job. But it was times through the trials and tribulations, through the ups and downs, where Peter and Jesus, they had arguments. They had disagreements. They had loud disrespect. It's just like, you know, me and my man, sometimes we go through something if we argue, you know, just like you and your friend go through something. Yo, fuck you, nigga. Nah, fuck you, pussy. But these arguments that Jesus and Peter had, they weren't in private. They were in front of people. It seemed like Peter always waited till they got in front of people to become someone else. Remember what I told y'all, Peter was upset with the fact that a lot of the attention and attraction that was on him gravitated to Jesus, because see, Jesus wasn't just talking about fishing. He was talking about God. Remember what I said? Everywhere Jesus went, he spoke about his Father. And he spoke about that paradise in heaven that his Father prepared for all of us. For those that believe, they understood. For those that didn't believe, they understood. They just didn't want to believe it. Just like Peter. Peter didn't want to be mean. He was scared, terrified. And his best defense was his disposition, meaning his deliverance, meaning his aggression, his delivery when he spoke, his stance, his facial expressions, his demeanor, his posture. All of this is part of his disposition. And it was displayed. He's not the one to be played with. But see, Jesus started piercing Peter's heart. See, Peter and Jesus spent a lot of time alone traveling, because God was piercing Peter's heart. Remember what I said, y'all? Delayed gratification. Stay on that. Delayed gratification. To be rewarded, but you will be paused for a second. I don't know who I'm talking to. You will be rewarded, but it's on pause for a second. Second might be a day. A second might be a year. A second might be 10 years. A second might be 20 years. But I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm trying to tell you something. God said, your second is almost up. It seemed like a long time, because you're going through it by yourself. See, we're going to all have our own test of faith. I can't walk down the road of test with you. You can't walk down the road of test with me. We're going to all have our trials and tribulations. It's going to be times when you're going to be standing up and it's going to feel like you're in a closed-in room. It can seem like it's light everywhere, but in your heart, it's going to seem so dark. This is when you got to talk to God. This is when you got to lift yourself out of that spirit that's taking over the life that God gave you. This is when you got to lift up out of that cancerous mind state. Because Peter was in a cancerous mind state. He worked every day. Check this out. He got money every day. He had somewhere to stay. But he didn't understand the gratification that God was giving him by just giving us a job. See, we don't understand. Yeah, it's hard to go to work. We may be in pain. We may be tired. We may feel as though we're disrespected by our employers. We may be disrespected by our supervisors, by our plant operations managers. But understand something. That's delayed gratification of the long run and the reward that you are going to get from God. That you are going to get from God. You may not see it. It's not going to be in your eyesight. Just like when God gave Adam the task of preparing a garden, God never told Adam that he was going to reward him with a woman. Don't you know a lot of the blessings that you feel as though you should receive, your children are going to receive because it wasn't for you. Certain financial blessings are not for the ignorant and unwise. Certain opportunities that may involve people's lives or their finances in the future are not for ignorant and unwise people to make decisions. Just like you're not supposed to be stupid working in a social. If you're stupid, you shouldn't be a social worker. Let me rephrase that. Excuse me. If you're ignorant, you're unaware of logic, you have no experience in life as a whole as a human being, you should not be a social worker. There are certain things that are not for everybody. Some people are shooters. Some people are accountants. Some people are gangsters. Some people are priests. You have to find out what you're for. And that's what Jesus did with Peter. We got Artist Morrison in the building, y'all. I told you, artists, every Sunday we're going to give God a little bit of our time. Today we're talking about the relationship between Peter, because everybody was focused on Judas that betrayed Jesus Christ, but Peter betrayed Jesus Christ also. But see, Judas betrayed Jesus Christ because of his personal intention. Oh no, ain't nothing happened to my shit. I played, remember, artists, I told you, I played some music in February and I forgot about the warning they gave me. You know how YouTube is. When I played the music the other night on Ladies Night, they struck me. So they struck me for a week. So next week, I think next Thursday, I can go back live on the Big Dice Chronicles. I still got it, everything working. And I'm up to 804 subscribers. And if you're not subscribed, go to the Big Dice Chronicles and subscribe. And y'all know if y'all not subscribed, subscribe to the Back Block Chronicles. And hit that bell notification because anything can happen on the back block. That's why we're talking about Jesus today, because you know Jesus was in them back blocks wherever he went. Remember, because Jesus couldn't be in the light. Y'all know that, right? Jesus could not be in the light because people really knew who he was and was scared. That's why they put him through what they put him through. But let me tell you something about Peter. There was a couple of times, it was 3 times exactly in the Bible, where people were asked to speak up for Jesus Christ and they denounced him and they act like they did not know him. The first 2 times, it was with women. I think it was Matthew 28. Correct me if I'm wrong, Matthew. The last time someone was asked to speak up for Jesus Christ, look how ironic this was. This wasn't just somebody that didn't know him. The other 2 people that didn't speak up for him, even though they heard of him, they physically may have saw him at one time or another, but they didn't know Jesus. Meaning they didn't have no rapport with him. They didn't have a friendship or a relationship. But Peter did. But Peter did. You remember that Last Supper I was telling y'all about? When Jesus was took captive by the Romans, they asked Peter to speak up for Jesus. So enraged with his own insecurities and his envy of Jesus, he didn't speak up for Jesus. All the meals they shared together, all the deep conversations they had, all the examples of patience that Jesus Christ showed Peter because God told Jesus what Peter was going through. That's why he sent Jesus to Peter. See, God gonna send y'all to some people that may not appear to be for you, but God is in his will. He know what he's doing. Because you will have a bunch of people that are not for you, but they are what? They're gravitated to you. They admire you. That's all hate is. Especially when you don't know somebody. Hate is just confused admiration. How can you hate someone you never had a conversation with? How can you hate someone that's never done you any harm? Never did you any ill will? So this is just confused admiration. And when they asked Peter to speak up for Jesus, Peter didn't. As Peter was dragged away by the Romans on the way to jail, Peter walked. He tried to put that demeanor up. Fuck that. I don't care about that nigga. It's time for me to shine again. Now all the popularity and the fame that was with Jesus Christ, they about to kill him. So now all that popularity and that fame is about to come back to me. Always a queen, I see you in the building. See, this is what Peter said to Jesus. When he told them people and didn't speak up for the righteousness in Jesus and they took him away, Peter wasn't thinking about what they was about to do to Jesus. He was thinking about himself. Because he didn't understand God had chose him to show him how much God loved him. Peter didn't understand why God sent Jesus to him because God had it set up in the play. Remember what I was telling y'all for the delayed gratification? God set this up for the delayed gratification. But Peter didn't notice because it's already written. Inshallah. So when Peter took about 10 to 12 steps and he didn't hear Jesus scream out. Like, you know, if one of your mans that you fuck with set you up or testify against you, you're going to look at him and go, damn, my nigga, how could you do this shit to me, boy? Pay attention to the street niggas. They won't give you the Bible this way. It's like a nigga you bust your ass with all your life, made the block work, got crazy, got under indictment, feds grabbed y'all, come to find out he's the secret witness against you. Niggas go crazy in court over that shit, but Jesus didn't holler out one time. See, in Peter's mind, when he was walking off, he was like, yo, this nigga about to beg, and tell him you know me. Jesus didn't do that because all this was written. Jesus already had a conversation with God. He already told Jesus, there are going to be so many times you're going to be betrayed by those that you love, but I still need you to stand firm. Because our relationship ain't going to never break. You are my son. You already been to the crib. You know what I got up here. Shh. I just want to see who's going to follow you just off your word of what me and you spoke about. Shh. About the 13th step, Peter turned around to look back at Jesus. Because at the 13th step, remember they say 13 means a change. They put it like Friday the 13th, like 13 is a bad number. It is a bad number for them, not for us. 13 for us is a solid number. And on the 13th step, when he looked back, tears ran out of Peter's eyes. Because it was at that second when he understood Jesus really was his friend. Jesus really was his friend. So the day when Jesus was trialed and he was beat and he was made carry the cross and he was posted to the cross and he was hung up to die. Peter watched from afar. Peter watched from afar. See, God knew what was going to happen to his son already. God was watching to see Peter's reaction because God sent his son to Peter to pierce his heart. It's just like if you send your child to someone's house and say, yo, go over to Miss Debbie's house and tell her I need some sugar. And you know Miss Debbie has a reputation of killing kids. If you send your child over to Miss Debbie's house, you got to have a hell of a fucking faith in God. And Jesus had a hell of a faith in God. That's why when God told Jesus before all these trials and tribulations, he said, are you sure you're prepared to take this walk for me, son? I have a bunch of children that I can give this task to. Are you sure that you're prepared to take this walk for me, son? And he said, of course, I'd be honored. Do y'all know Peter was the first one to the tomb on Easter? Because he missed Jesus so much, because over them 7 days was a lot of time for Peter to think about the things that him and Jesus shared. The laughter, the disappointment, the joy, the rewarding, the pain, the suffering, the disappointment. 7 days is a long time, y'all. I don't know if you had 7 days away from somebody that you broke up with, y'all, but to the men and the women that's been in a good relationship with somebody that you care about, aren't them first 24 hours and them 7 days the most important to y'all? Aren't them first 7 days the days that's going to tell yourself whether you're going to break or fold or stand strong? 7 days is a long time. Remember, that's the number of God. We got 7 in the building, y'all. Peter was the first one up there. because he wanted to go apologize to the body of his friend. But when Peter got there, he was gone. Peter got there first, and Jesus Christ was gone. And it broke him down. It's just like a rat-ass nigga. When you rat on your man and you got your man sitting up in the fucking can. Only an inhumane and incompassionate person can just erase good times out of their mind with someone. You got to be a real cold, wicked motherfucker to do that. You mean to tell me the time when your grandmother invited me over to the house and we had a slumber party for Thanksgiving and everybody was chilling at the table and we was drinking that wine, nobody knew about it, and we was laughing and giggling, and then we all got beat because your grandmother found out that we had took her wine? You mean to tell me them memories are just easy to be erased? The time when I opened the door for you the first time. The first time, fellas, when she kissed you. The first time, ladies, when you decided that you were ready to make love to this man. You mean to tell me all the memories are just easy to erase? If it is, you some wicked motherfuckers. If them first 7 days of separation isn't the trial of error in your mind, I don't even want y'all motherfuckers over here because you're fronting. You're fronting. You're too grown to be acting like kids. And if you want to act like kids, they got other podcasts for that bullshit. This is the back blocks, but this shit gonna get more severe over here. But Peter, when he couldn't find Jesus, y'all, Peter just broke out. He got away from everybody. Remember, after he done denied Jesus, he back the top dude. He the top shotter. The women is on him. He got the free liquor. Niggas is trying to follow him now because he is one that was chosen by Jesus. Check this out. People are gravitating now to Peter because now Jesus Christ is apparently gone. And since Jesus Christ chose Peter to walk with on his days on earth, the love that people have for God, that they gravitated to the love that they had for Jesus, now they put that love into Peter. Denied gratification. This time I'm gonna wrap it up and give it to y'all raw. When God touched Peter's heart, Peter decided he didn't want to do nothing else but talk about God. Peter became God's most vicious advocate for Jesus Christ in the representation of his friend. Peter had the most biggest following after Jesus Christ. You know why he had the biggest following after Jesus Christ? This is gonna fuck y'all up. This is gonna fuck y'all up. You know why he had the biggest following after Jesus Christ? Because it was at that moment when Peter developed his relationship with God. Remember, Jesus was gone. He had the knowledge of being a fisherman. He had the knowledge of being a carpenter because of what Jesus taught him. So he could have went and did whatever he wanted to. He had money. He got some of that diddy bop from Jesus Christ. You know how when some of us see other people growing up, all of us have someone that we have emulated. I have a few of them that I have emulated, that I have put together that helped me formulate and conform who I am today. I done emulated some cats because of their aggression. I done emulated some cats because of their intelligence. I've done emulated some cats because of the respect and honor that they displayed. I've inhibited some cats that I saw go to work every day and never thought about selling a motherfucking drug. I've emulated compassion that I've seen from my mother, grandmother, and other beautiful women that God has put in my life, old and young, from teachers to babysitters. All these things I formed together to make the best version, and still trying to make the best version of who I am to this day. And that's what Peter did for God. See, Peter was so upset that he didn't speak up for Jesus. That pushed him closer to know who God was. Look at the reward, delayed gratification. Y'all know when Jesus came back on that cloud in Acts 1, 1st chapter, 9th verse. Do you know Peter was there right in the front on the center or at the top of the hill to see his friend again? Peter didn't talk to Jesus. Jesus spoke to everyone. He didn't signify out Peter and have a conversation with Peter. He spoke to all, the good and the bad, to those that walked in the light of his Father. He said, I'm showing y'all, check how I'm looking. Remember how them niggas whipped me out? Remember how my head was bleeding? Remember how they stabbed me all up? Remember how they cut my back up? He said, God got me in a brand new robe. You see my hair looking real good, y'all. I got the new version of these Heaven Jesus sandals. These shits is heaven on the feet. John was there to see that. He was there to see his friend come back, and he was there to witness God was real. And that sparked him more and more and more. And all the time when he thought he needed women, all the time he thought he needed money, all the time he thought he needed popularity and fame. Stay with me, y'all. Because there's some of us up here or out here are going to watch this that think they need all of them things. You don't need no money. You're born alone unless you're a twin. God is the key and the root to everything you need to survive. That's the what? Delayed gratification that Peter got. Peter knew it wasn't his time to go back with Jesus that day, just like Jesus told everybody. Y'all are going to have your time to come one by one, but it's not now. I'm here to reassure y'all faith in my Father. Fuck me. I went through the sacrifice. I let y'all see the trials and tribulations I went through. Way more monstrous than y'all will ever go through. And if you do go through as monstrous and horrific things as I went through, overstand this, look at the reward afterwards. Because if long as you stand with God, the delayed gratification is so rewarding, y'all. Look at Peter. The delayed gratification is so rewarding. See, when you're going through something, you thinking God is punishing you. He's punishing you because certain things that he showed you and told you to do, you ignored. It's just like your mother or father. Your mom want to go to a party. Your ass better be in this house at 10 o'clock. What we do, we come in the crib 12:30 at 1 o'clock. What our mother say, the next time, nigga, you go to a party, McDonald's will be floating. Don't ask me to go to no motherfucking parties no more because you're too disrespectful. It ain't like you came in here at 10:15 or 10:30. God damn it, I can see if you came in here at 11. Yeah, you and your friends out. Bitch, nigga, you done came in here at 1:45. Get out my face. That was my mother. I know she beautiful, but I don't know if y'all think she was no sucker, but she wasn't. That's just like God. Because we are all his children. Then what your parents do? After about a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, you run around looking crazy and you seeing your kid on the fucking phone talking to their friends about this party or that event they went to. You don't want to keep punishing your child and you be like, I'm going to give you one more shot. And then you kind of get it right. See, if she tell you to be in the house at 10 o'clock, you ain't going to be in the house at 10 o'clock, but you will be in the house like 10:30. You will be in the house before 11 because she gave you at least 11 o'clock. So at the same time, you're overstepping a boundary, but you're respecting a law that was asked upon you in your own way, if you understand what I'm saying. They say be home by 10, you came home at 11. You're overstepping a boundary, but you're respecting a law that was asked upon you, and that's just how God gonna treat you. You ignore God, he gonna punish you. All you niggas out there that's running behind these women talking about, oh, I love this bitch to death, she's gonna leave you. All you women that's running around talking about, oh, I can't live my life without this nigga. Oh, Lord God, Jesus Christ, if he leaves me, I'm going to die. Do you notice you're screaming out saying, oh, Lord God, Jesus Christ? You didn't say, oh, man, or that man's name. You said, oh, Lord God, Jesus Christ. So you're screaming out to God, but you're telling God that you can't live your life without this man. Don't you understand God is a jealous God? Don't y'all see that? Ladies, you got to love God. Or that nigga just going to blow your back out, eat you out, bust your ass, give you a couple of orgasms, and then he's gone. Because he's going to find a woman. Boy, y'all ain't ready for what I'm about to say. He's going to find a woman that's in love with God. What the gangsters say? Where's the best place to find yourself a good woman at? Anybody in there answer this for me? I ain't gonna answer it. What do the gangsters and the old timers say? Hey, boy, you want to find yourself a good woman? Where do they tell y'all to go? I'm gonna take a sip while y'all answer this. Where do the old timers tell the young men? Where do you want to? First of all, they say it to the women too, y'all. If you want to find a good man, ladies, where do they tell y'all to go? Church. Shout out to Always a Queen. Church. 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 Ron Book said, church. Now, if they telling you to the women, you can find a good man in church, and they telling the goons, they telling us, y'all can find a good woman in church. Y'all don't understand that the people in church are in love with something other than us because they telling us to go there to find them. So that means they in love with God. Don't you know how good your God is to you? God is who put the person in your life for reasons. See, God is not going to let you marry the first person you meet. If you do that, some people are lucky, but I'm telling you, that shit is for suckers. This ain't got nothing to do with no sex, y'all. Men or women. This has something to do with compatibility, respect, standards, morals, and certain conduct that responsible and respectable people carry. See, these are things you need to start looking for. people with character, people with morals, people with integrity, because all of these things right here come from attributes that come from God, y'all. When you have a certain morale, that means you're walking in the light of God. When you have a certain integrity, you know the difference between right and wrong, and you do your best every day to walk towards the right path. These are ways and attributes of God. Like Ron Book said, sex is the bonus. The bonus of sex is God puts two people together to get to compatibility that develops a comfortableness that shares two souls and spirits with an uncertainty of a long-run relationship. Let's get real, y'all. Y'all don't see the power of God in just that? You don't see the power that right there could just be enough for y'all two people to intertwine and create another life, like one of us or one of you. Y'all don't see that's a delayed gratification also? Check me out. I ain't gonna keep you all day, but I'm telling you the shit I'm gonna say gonna stick in your head. Do you know that's a delayed gratification also? A delayed gratification is a man meeting a woman or a woman meeting a man. The uncertainness, the nervousness, the unsureness about either or. Is this person really for me? Is this person gonna respect me? If you have children, is this person gonna really respect the fact that I have kids and understand that it's a package deal, male or female? Is this person going to respect me as a person and going to respect my body as well as my mind? Is this person is going to encourage me, or is this person going to push me down? Is this person going to support me? Is this person going to help me solve problems? Or is this person going to help me create more problems? Or is this person right here is going to be the creation of more and future detriment problems? These are things you have to have conversations with yourself and God about. Life is a hell of a gamble, y'all. Nas said it's like a dice game. Nas said life is like a dice game. But everything is a delayed gratification. To meet someone that y'all can converse and laugh and joke and just really not be around each other, but just yearn to be in each other's presence is such a beautiful spirit from God. That's a beautiful feeling. I mean, when you really just, it's just so beautiful when you're just sitting up thinking about somebody, and ironically, a text may go off and say, yo, I was thinking about you. That intrigues a person more and more and makes a person yearn for another person and vice versa. That helps them build a rapport to long-lasting relationships. I just think that if people have conversations more about their likes and dislikes, I mean, the things that's really, really going to upset you, that if your partner or the person you choose to be in your life does. See, we don't do that. We just get around people and expect them to move accordingly, but we don't never ask them about certain things, and we don't never illustrate verbally about certain things that may upset us if it happens. First of all, a lot of people don't even say, I don't want you to cheat on me. I got a question for everybody in here. The next time you get into a relationship, or if you're in a relationship now, I want you to ask the person, what do you want from me? See, a lot of people scared of that motherfucking question. The person that you with all this time, if they really yours, look at them and ask them, yo, what do you love about me? But see, the topsy-turvy about this is you better be sure about what you're asking, because the truth gonna come at you. Because be prepared. You might have a person that says, what do you need from me? Or what do you love about me? Can you answer those questions? I know you want the answers, but everybody in here, can you answer those questions if somebody say, what do you love about me? What is the reason that make you so intrigued with me? What is the reason that makes your life so unbearable if I'm not a part of it? See, that's why I done left motherfuckers. Because if I ask you a question like that, it shouldn't take you, you shouldn't have to think about the truth. The truth ain't never a lie, and the truth ain't never bad unless it's interpreted the wrong way. How you have to think about what you need from me? How you got to think about what about me? So you mean to tell me you just let me put my dick up in you, huh? Oh, so you let me have unprotected sex with you too. But you don't even know what you like about me? So how many other niggas you did that with? And vice versa to the men, women. See, that's why I'm so the way I am today. Because I love God, y'all. I love God more than y'all. I love God more than my son. I love God more than my beloved mother. You see what my man Ron Book said? The truth should be able to be told as soon as the question is asked, man. The only people I see think about shit is motherfuckers getting ready to lie to the police or lie to their partners. The truth don't have to be formulated. The truth is already in your mind. You can't remember a lie, but you can remember the truth. The delayed gratification on just meeting someone is possibly you got someone that can display to you and verbally express to you all of the questions that you ask. Possibly you have someone with you that decides, yo, check this out. You got an apartment, I got an apartment. We're wasting a bunch of money. Either I'm going to move into your apartment or you're going to move into mine, so we're both going to get rid of these apartments and we're going to get a home. Check the delayed gratification. You got somebody that's considering sharing a personal space with you, potentially for the rest of their life. You know, as of now, this is how they feeling because fuck it. Y'all done got the lease. You done got the keys. You're moving furniture in. This is what it is. It's real now, y'all. Now you're going to see who you really are with. You can't cut off motherfucking real. And then y'all turn out to be compatible. And then the pleasure that y'all had before y'all moved together enhances, it increases. You going to work, he going to work, he in the block, you on the block, whatever. So whatever y'all doing, y'all paying the bills and y'all loving each other like a team supposed to. Check out the delayed gratification. See, when you're walking in the walk of God and you're displaying what God asked upon us, God is paying attention and God is going to reward you, man. It's just like your child that went to school and was a straight A student and then graduated with honor rolls and on the way to motherfucking college, the only thing y'all think about saying is, I'm getting my baby a motherfucking car. Delayed gratification. Because, you know, some of the kids be like, I want a car when I graduate high school. I want a car. And then what we say, God damn it, I better see goddamn grades. You better, if I'm buying your ass a car, you better have enough grades to get a goddamn scholarship because I ain't paying both. If you really want a motherfucker, You better get a scholarship and I'll buy the car, because it's either I'm paying for you to go to school or you getting a motherfucking scholarship. And then the child at that particular moment makes a decision within their self where they can be lackadaisical and slack off and just do stuff to pass. But no, they start doing the extra assignments, extra curriculum, honor roll student, A- average, valedictorian, scholarship, full motherfucking ride. You gotta reward them, because them children took it upon themselves from within to say they're gonna do something to better themselves. Because see, they ain't say fuck that, just give me a car, I'm not going to college. They bettered themselves and went harder into their academics, because in their mind they know this is what they need to succeed in life. Praise your child that wants to go to college. Reward them more by giving them a car to go away to college, to make their transportation less more strenuous to them, to take away the concentration that they're supposed to put into their schoolworks. Do y'all understand everything I showed y'all is delayed gratification? They ain't give up, Ron. How many more descriptions of delayed gratification do I have to tell y'all? Because we still talking about Peter and Jesus Christ. Yeah, don't y'all never forget who do it like me. Matter of fact, it ain't gonna be really hard to forget it, because it ain't nobody doing it like me. I'm the best to ever do this shit. I'm Sharon McLeod, son. Peace.